Let's take a caller right now. Annie in Aurelia, go ahead.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. I'm interested in purchasing Domtar, and I was wondering what you thought of it. And they report at the end of the month, so I wanted to know what a good time to purchase that was.
Okay, so this is a stock. There's two things we're going to look at. You look at the fundamental piece, and you look at the technical, the way the stock is behaving. If you look at that chart, you can see that it's traded in a very wide band. And so one of the things that I'm always a little cautious of is a stock that's got a very wide, loose trading pattern, because it means that the relationship between buyers and sellers is pretty loose. There's not really great support underlying the stock. I do like some companies in the forest area, but I would be preferring to aim more at the lumber part of the business. And so I would look at a company like a Louisiana Pacific, LPX, which is really levered to the U.S. housing market. And realistically, I've said this before, there's like 9 million people living in their parents' basements who have failed to launch at this point, but who will become home buyers. And so if the economy slowly improves, I think that's an area that's maybe very interesting because it's got a big multiplier effect for the U.S. economy. So I'd stay more toward the lumber than the paper side.
Okay. Let's take another caller right now. Rob in Surrey, BC. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, David. My question is, I was looking for a good stock in the technology sector, and I was thinking about maybe Texas Instruments. I was wondering what you thought about that.
Sure.
Stock.
So, Rob, this is a great sector to be focused in. Technology would be one of 4 key sectors I think you want to own. This is our biggest weighting as a firm is in technology. And within technology, semiconductors is about the most powerful theme. There are some software themes as well in cloud and so on. The reason I really like Texas Instruments is at the heart of the Internet of Things. Almost every major device is going to wind up connected to the internet, whether it's presses in a factory or whether it's the appliances in your home. And Texas Instruments designs analog semiconductors specifically for a task or a purpose. They get designed into a product, and then they stay there as long as the product is manufactured. So they wind up with a really strong incumbent spot in the portfolio. Texas Instruments gives you exposure to all kinds of things, and the use of semiconductors will continue to grow whether or not the economy is growing. So I think right now we want to look for themes that have secular growth, or a growth that's not dependent on a strong economy. Texas Instruments are right in the heart of that. So this is actually quite a large position for us as a firm, but there are others that fit there as well. But that's a very good one. And you know, you're picking up a 2.2% dividend. They pay out about half of what they make, so their payout could go up over time. It's an attractive company.
Okay. Let's take another caller right now. Bruce in Bayfield. Go ahead.
David and Catherine. Yeah, David, I've been holding Pfizer for about 4 years. I'm up on it, and I'd like to move out of that and into the home improvement sector, and namely Lowe's. Now, I know that I think you've recommended Home Depot in the past. I'll hang up, and if you can pass your thoughts on to me, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Sure. So, Bruce, I think that I understand your point. It was Pfizer, I think you said, yeah. You know, one of the concerns right now in the market is what may happen after an election, and if the Democrats are to win, what that may mean for drug pricing and pressure on the pricing model that they all use to set their prices. So there is a lot of pressure on pharma right now. There's a lot of pressure on some of the biotech companies as well, which is maybe part of the reason that the device companies are doing quite well. So I don't disagree with you to make that kind of a move. I mean, if you're going to stay in pharma, you might stay with something like a J&J or a Merck or an Amgen. In the home improvement space, if you had asked me 3 months ago, I would say, you know, push pretty hard in this space. It's been underperforming. New home starts are strong in the U.S. Most states are around 10% year-over-year growth, but the stocks are not behaving. So I would prefer to see this group get engaged before you put new money there. I'd prefer to stay with a Home Depot than a Lowe's. Home Depot just is better at driving market share. It's a slightly higher quality company, and they have more of the professional market than the do-it-yourselfer.
Okay, but you wouldn't be buying.
I wouldn't be
lows
chasing
for
after it
either.
right now. I'd like to see the stocks turn.
Okay, we're going to be back after the short break. Past picks are coming up next.